So the accepting part I see as taking it like it's just a very natural part of life. Yeah. So you shouldn't think that it is something very like it's not a terrible thing that has happened. It's not a fantastic thing that has happened. It's just something that has happened. Yeah. And yeah, and I don't know about you, but for me, the more I like ever since I came out, like gone public with my illness, I've come to discover that that there are a lot of people who are going through similar difficulties. Yeah, it's there are just so many people who who have like psychiatric or psychological problems that they are just not talking about. Yeah. But once you actually get out into the open and like start talking about it, you realize that it's something that happens to a lot of people. It's quite a common thing, and so so the more I live in this world, and the more the more I encounter situations like these, it begins to be quite difficult for me to feel the stigma, especially when I'm around supportive people, of which there are a lot actually. Yeah. Yeah, initially it was I was like like trying to decide should I go out of it, should I not, and part of going out was actually making that decision of whether or not to publish a book, because yeah, I thought, well, and also quite a few professionals were telling me, like as in mental health professionals were telling me, oh, actually better not publish a book, because yeah. And it's not just publishing a book. Okay, so there are a couple of things. There's publishing a book, which someone actually told me like that if I do that, it will completely ruin my future. Yeah. And then there's the part about whether or not to disclose your condition to your prospective employer. Yeah. So quite a lot of people are saying that it's not a good idea to tell your employer that you have a mental condition, because they might not even give you an interview, and it's very unlikely that they will choose you over somebody else who doesn't have a mental health problem. So I guess the conclusion for most people, well, at least what the people who give the advice say, is that it's up to the individual, you decide for yourself, kind of thing. Yeah. Because it depends on what you're comfortable with. For me, I felt very uncomfortable with ticking the box that says, no, I haven't ever had a mental health problem, or I'm not currently suffering from one, because I guess I'm just very scared that if somebody finds out, and I mean if I'm secretive about it, and if somebody finds out, then I'll get into trouble for it, and I didn't want to get into trouble, so I just decided to be honest. But once I was honest about it, then I thought I might as well just go out all the way and be like totally honest. So one thing led to another. I mean, like for example, when we were publishing the book, there's also that option to publish it under a different name. So the story still gets told, but it's under a different name. Then I thought, well, if if I really want to like make a statement like against stigma, I might as well just come out with my real name, you know. Because if I don't, then that shows the strength of the stigma, and you know, and how in a way that I'm scared of it, right? So I didn't want to do that. So so in the end, I just decided to go out with like my real name, and yeah. Yeah, so on the most of the employers' forms, right, they actually say, have you ever suffered, and or are you still suffering? So it tries to look at all your history. You know. It doesn't give you a chance to like state whether or not you're currently having problems, or whether or not you used to have problems. So because of the way that statement is worded, it
But what I'm saying is, can you assert that, yes, I have suffered before, but I'm well now? I mean, there's a great difference, right?
yes, you can assert that. You can, although in my own case, although I do believe I'm more or less well, I am still on medication, and so a prospective employer may ask me, are you still on medication? And then I go, yes, I am. So the condition is managed, right? And in that sense, recovered for me, because I haven't had a relapse in 5 years. Officially, I'm recovered now. Yeah, but it's still something that you need to manage, because, for example, if I stop taking my medications, if I, don't take care of myself, then there's a chance of me having a relapse, right? So, yeah. Yeah, so there's the thing about side effects. Like, for me, the main side effect is tiredness. I get really tired easily, and I get very sleepy. So I have to fight that. I used to drink a lot of Red Bull. Yeah. Yeah, my parents are a bit concerned about that. Yeah. So different people have different side effects. Yeah. Like some people, like some of the medications I took had terrible side effects, which I do not think I would have been able to sustain a job with those medications. Like, for example, I had blurred vision. I had and there was one medication that I had really, really stiff shoulders, and looks like a robot. Yeah. So, but on my current medication, I think the side effects are considered minimal. Yeah, so, just, try to do, like for me, I just tried as much as I can to lead a normal life. I did find it difficult to sustain a job. Yeah. Frankly, the longest job I've ever had is for like 12 months. I've never had a job for longer than 12 months. And I got very upset and disappointed with myself. And I, blamed a lot of things, yeah. But anyway, it's hard to say whether or not it's because of my illness or because I'm just I don't know, person who cannot keep a job. But it is one of the problems, you know, like it's not just getting a job, it's sustaining the job as well. And it's still something that I'm trying to figure out. No, I don't get silent treatment. Yeah, I think my parents have been very supportive, and I think my sister is even proud of me. Yeah, and I do have I remember one of my uncles saying, oh yeah, haha, Ishan, the crazy lady, you know, so because after going public and you know I was like in the media a few times and so people you know like started joking me, oh now you're famous, celebrity, blah blah. I guess because the media painted a picture of me that was a very nice picture. Yeah, and so that has some power in a way, and I guess it makes people think that people of mental illness are actually okay, you know, yeah, and so I didn't really have any negative responses like from people saying, "Ayo, why are you going to do that?" Like, you know. Although someone has said to me like, actually, what for you go and share your story so much, right? But for me, I feel that it's important to share my story, to do that. Yeah. And I've done it quite a lot already over the last couple of years. Yeah. And I'm very encouraged to see that quite a lot of other people with mental health problems are also stepping out and telling their stories. And I feel very happy about that.